Hello there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Are we here? Are we on? Can you hear us? Hello?
I feel here.
Are we here? MJF is coming out. It's AEW Full Gear going down. I'm Dave Simon. This is my brother Ben Simon. You know us. You've seen us before. Johnny North is not here yet. He will be here at some point.
Yeah, he's lost in the wilderness.
We're expecting Johnny, right?
Does anybody ever expect Johnny?
I don't know. Yeah, Johnny's going to be here at some point. We're watching AEW Full Gear. We've seen most of the pay-per-view so far. MJF is walking into the ring. This is our watch-along post-show. We decided to start the post-show before this pay-per-view actually ended because this pay-per-view is taking forever. Like, it's a very long pay-per-view. It started at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're sitting here at 10:48 p.m. Eastern, and there's still 2 matches left to go.
Yeah, it feels like at least 40 minutes of content remaining.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, this is all show and no post.
What?
You know, it's supposed to be a post show.
Uh-huh.
But right now, since the show's still going on, it's all show, no post.
No post.
No post.
It's a lot of show. It's been very long, but it's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed Full Gear so far. One of the better AEW pay-per-views I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent.
My favorite one this year, right?
Probably.
That last one wasn't good, and the one before that I didn't like either.
Yeah, I remember the one with the football stadium match was pretty lousy. The one after that was okay. Yeah, there's been some very good matches on this card.
Yeah, I mean, Young Bucks FTR lived up to the hype. Incredible match, right? Just phenomenal stuff. Young Bucks FTR, years in the making, and they delivered in every single way. That match exceeded my expectations. I thought it would be good. It was better than what I thought it would be. Incredible. Almost a half-hour match, 28 minutes, 35 seconds. Young Bucks beat the FTR to become the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Bucks, finally champions. It was good to see. Oh, man. I just got a text from Johnny North. He said his computer's frozen. He doesn't think he can get on at all tonight.
Oh, no.
Which is very surprising, which makes me worried about the future of Wrestling Uncensored. Like, what happens if Johnny North's computer breaks? I think we have to buy him a new computer.
Wonder what Johnny North did to freeze his computer. You know, sometimes, you can put certain things on your computer that could...
Let's not say bad things about Johnny in his time of need. His computer's frozen. That sucks. Well, I don't know. Let's see. That sucks. If you fix it, come on the show, right? Everybody wants to see Johnny North.
As he tried turning it off and on again.
It's not a Wrestling Uncensored show without Big Johnny. Well, that's disappointing. We might not have Big Johnny here tonight, but we'll try and connect with the big man later. We've got MJF and Chris Jericho in the ring right now. But yeah, Young Bucks FTR, incredible match. All the moves that they hit, all the homages that they were doing, the heart attack there, the FTR doing the Heart Foundation finisher, the Young Bucks doing a 3D followed by a twist of fate into a swanton, doing a little Dudley Boys and Hardy Boys tribute there in the match. Like it was a great display and history of tag team wrestling. It really was like, here is where we come from, here is where we come from, here's what inspired us. This is the culmination of years and evolution of tag team professional wrestling, and here's this incredible match that we're going to put together. That's what it felt like to me. It was like, here is where tag team wrestling is in 2020. Let's go out there and put on a show. And they did it. Like, they did everything.
I also like the FTR did the finishing move. I forget what it's called, of Gargano and Ciampa, little like tribute to like, hey, this is who we were working with, when we were considered hot.
Yeah.
And now we're bringing a little taste of that to these guys.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too.
A little bit of the now.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's cool, man. It's cool of what, and it's cool where FTR is. It's cool where the Young Bucks are and where they've taken tag team wrestling so far. So I thought that match was great. I'm happy to see the Bucks win the tag team titles. Of course, the FTR doesn't have a very long run with the belt, but they'll get them back. And it's, the Young Bucks had to become tag team champions at some point. You knew it was a matter of time, and tonight was their time. Will tonight be MJF's time? MJF in the ring with Chris Jericho. If MJF wins, he joins the Inner Circle. If he loses, nothing. There's no stipulation.
Being MJF.
Yeah, he's still MJF. And the Inner Circle remains. So I think he'll probably win, and then he'll join the Inner Circle, right?
Yeah, and then they'll just continue a storyline where he's like an upstart kind of thing, maybe trying to take charge, and Jericho wants him to settle down and know his place. I guess they'll do that kind of storyline. Does that mean Jericho will kind of stay heel? There'll be like two heels arguing with each other the whole time? Well,
I think it might turn Jericho babyface. Like, if MJF comes in and takes over the Inner Circle, I think people would Jericho's already a babyface. I think people would start to cheer him even more. Like, Jericho just came out the whole arena singing his song. You're going to tell me he's a heel? You're going to tell me people don't love Chris Jericho? He may be positioned as a heel, but he's one of the most beloved figures in all of pro wrestling and certainly AEW. I mean, we're watching this match here. Jericho's doing funny stuff. He took the camera and he flipped MJF off. holding the camera. I mean, Jericho's the babyface here, right? Like, Jericho's obviously the babyface in this match.
So do you think they'll like position him though as a babyface, or just he'll be a babyface regardless of his behavior? You know, or are they going to make a storyline where like MJF makes everyone turn against Jericho and you feel sympathy for Jericho as he tries to fight back?
I
or
see that
is it
more.
Just Jericho's kind of cocky and brash and we love him for it.
I see it like, MJF convinces the rest of the Inner Circle guys that he's the guy to lead them and he should be the real leader.
Old and weak.
And Hager turns first and then the rest of them go. And then Jericho's like on the outside. They kick him out of the group that he started,
What about Wardlow? Does Wardlow join the Inner Circle?
Maybe Wardlow and Jericho form an alliance at that point. And, Wardlow-Rico. They have a tag team. I mean, who knows, right? The possibilities are endless. MJF is so young. He's got such a bright future. Jericho as well, such a young upstart. I'm kidding. He's, towards the end of his career, and that's why he's having matches with guys like MJF. He's putting over the next generation. He put over Orange Cassidy at the last pay-per-view, and tonight Orange Cassidy picked up a win over John Silver. I like that match a lot. I thought that match was really good. Like, that's the kind of match where it's like, yeah, this could be nothing or this could be awesome. And it was awesome. It didn't have to be awesome. It wasn't really in a place on the card where it was supposed to be as good as it was. But it was really good, and John Silver kicked ass. He looked great in the match. I was really impressed. It was just under 10 minutes, and it was very good, and Orange Cassidy won. Orange Cassidy should win. He beat Jericho last pay-per-view. To come back and lose to John Silver this pay-per-view would be bad. But Silver got a lot of over in the match. He hit a lot of his moves, a lot of his offense on display there against Orange. Orange didn't get a ton of offense, and I thought that was good. He got the win, but John Silver looked strong, and you can build off this for John Silver. It was a big match for him on pay-per-view, his first match on pay-per-view. He's being featured, and if you watch Being the Elite, it's hard not to be a fan of this guy. Super talented, very funny, charismatic, muscular. He's a muscle pervert. Muscle pervert. You got to love John Silver, a.k.a. Johnny Hungy.
Is he a pervert for muscles, or he's muscular and
He's a little muscular pervert.
And some of it's tied up into food somehow.
So yeah, I really like John Silver, and I thought the match with Orange Cassidy was very good. Like, exceeded expectations. I thought it'd be okay, but it was like, oh, this is actually very good. Everybody's delivering tonight. Everybody's going above and beyond from the top to the bottom, and it started with the opening match, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. Like, when you open a pay-per-view with that, goddamn,
Yeah, it was a hell of a way to start.
It was amazing.
The pacing.
Was it the match of the night? Like, so far we haven't seen the whole pay-per-view. We're watching MJF and Jericho now. They're having a good match. It's all right.
Darby and Cody, also a very good match.
So good. And Darby won. That was an emotional roller coaster. Like, the story that was told there, when Darby hit the coffin drop and didn't beat Cody, it was like, oh, first of all, I thought he was going to beat Cody, and then when Cody kicked out, it was like, oh, well, if he's not beating Cody with that, he's not beating Cody. And then they do the little roll-up, reversal, and then Darby pulls it off. 1, 2, 3, and he's the new TNT champion. Huge win for Darby Allin. Big star-making occasion for him. I was very convinced with Darby Allin in that match.
He looked good, looked like a star.
Yeah.
Took that super crossroads off the top rope. That was cool.
Darby Allin looked great in this match, looked great against Cody Rhodes. I just wonder, as a TNT champion, how does he look going forward against some of these super heavyweights?
Why?
He looked a little small and a little not quite believable against Brian Cage. Brian Cage kind of whooped him around, I just wonder about Darby Allin. Like, okay, he's big enough where next to Cody he doesn't look ridiculous. It doesn't look like, oh, well, why would he sell that? But against some of the super heavyweights that they have, like a Miro or a Brody Lee, Brian Cage, Darby stuff a little bit, I'm like, yeah,
it has to be a hardcore kind of match.
Yeah, that's it. And when you're TNT champion, I don't know how many occasions you're going to have for that, but who knows?
Maybe he'll make it
Darby,
hardcore.
Though. I really like him. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's a very good wrestler, and every time he goes out there, his matches are kick-ass. And that's really what I look for. Kick-ass matches. And he's really just you're worried about Darby Allin every time he goes out there. I'm hearing some rustling. Do you think we might have him?
Could it be?
I would hope so.
It
Might be me.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Quite a camera angle.
There's a lot of white though.
Genesis time.
Can we change the angle on you? Could you move the phone somewhere else? So we see more
float
of
your head somewhere.
More of you, less of phone, less of ceiling.
Oh, now we see even less.
Now we see
everything.
no
black.
Johnny. Huh?
Yeah.
Now we're seeing some black. You can't lift it?
John, are you in
Is this
purgatory?
Is this really the best you can do?
Oh,
Johnny, are you okay? Are you in prison?
Yeah.
You look like
What'd
you're
you do,
calling us
John?
from prison.
John, what'd you do? You didn't tell them anything,
Well,
right?
my computer died, so
Oh.
Johnny
No,
reporting live from
too bad.
Guantanamo Bay,
Yes.
watching AEW Full Gear.
Yes. Hey, John, this is what supporting Trump has got you.
I never voted for Trump.
That's right.
That's a
John
lie.
is not a Trump supporter, all
news.
right? You take that back. John only sides with winners. That's why he's on this show. John, it would be really great if we had a little bit less ceiling and a little bit more you.
Although,
I like that your
kinda
computer
works.
died, the cell phone shows up, and this is what we get. We get Johnny
I could
North.
try,
We get
I
most
could try
of the
holding
ceiling.
it, maybe.
Yeah, if you held it, that'd be better. Something. I don't know. He's gone now. Or is he? Oh, there. Oh, that's better.
yeah.
I mean, you're frozen, but it's better.
John?
Johnny?
Johnny Hungy?
Johnny Northy. I think he's gone. I think he just froze out.
Yeah.
We tried to get him to change his camera angle, and he froze out. Whoa, wait a second. There he is. John, are you there?
I can hear you.
Oh,
All right.
can you?
Yeah, I guess if
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
move your phone too much, it
Our
won't
production
freeze.
team is trying to
Yeah,
work
don't
on
move
your.
the phone. Yeah.
Our team is working on
Oh.
your camera angle. I think we're getting it better. Oh,
Yeah,
that's much
we're
better.
Cropping. We're cropping.
We're cropping. We're mopping. We're doing the
We're
damn
stopping.
thing.
We're slopping.
Look at that, Johnny North's on the show. Good to have you, John. We
Yeah,
missed
welcome.
you. It's not a show without you, man.
I'm sure you survived without me. You guys are good.
What do you think of Full Gear so far?
It's all right.
Great
Better than I
analysis.
expected, actually.
See that? In depth. What do you think of Full Gear so far? It's all right. Unbelievable analysis from Johnny. What's your favorite match so
I
far,
really thought
John?
it would. Probably the Cody match.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Kenny and
Like,
Hangman
this
was
isn't bad
excellent
either.
too.
But
Kenny and Hangman was good. FTR versus the Bucks was very good. Like,
I
it's
liked,
hard to pick a match of the night so far.
Sheeta versus Nyla was pretty good.
Sheeta
too.
versus Nyla was better than I thought it would be. Every match so far has exceeded my expectations. I haven't seen one match where I was like, yeah, that sucked, or that was not as good as I thought it would be.
It's true.
really, Orange Cassidy and I mean, it was okay, but I mean, I wouldn't say it was like match of the night.
No, but I thought it was better than I expected it to be. I didn't expect much, and I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. John Silver had a lot of cool moves, good offense. It was a fun match, good pace.
I think it was just a good showing for him because, like, if you looked at his record, that was like his second ever singles match in AEW. So, just to give him that performance, he didn't really get that kind of experience in AEW at all, really.
Exactly.
Oh, Billy Gunn's it.
He was on pay-per-view. He wrestled Orange Cassidy, who just beat Jericho last pay-per-view, and he got a lot of offense in. I thought that was a really good showing from John Silver, and it's exactly what they need to do with that guy because he's money on the microphone. So, yeah, put him in more matches, more high-profile matches. He doesn't have to beat Orange, but it's still a good showing for him to have that much offense on Orange. So, I liked it. I was happy with that. I've been happy with everything. Jericho putting a whooping on MJF. He just had him in the walls of Jericho. MJF had to use the ropes to get the break. Jericho has hit his lion salt as well. Haven't seen Jericho hit a lion salt in a while.
Oh, it looked very nice, too.
Yeah, it was perfect.
And they did like a, come on, baby, right after.
John, who do you think's going to win here? We both said MJF because the stipulation, It just seems like,
Why
well,
not?
Yeah, why not? Like, why do the stipulation that if MJF wins, he's in the inner circle? Because if MJF loses, nothing happens. So we figure he wins. Oh, MJF just hit Jericho with a code breaker.
My God.
Oh, pile driver.
Like a video game kind of pile.
That was nasty. Nice.
Hey, John.
Yeah, we had MJF on the preview show. Remember, like we said MJF like
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
nothing's changed in terms
Okay.
of predictions. Like I feel everything's gone the way you expected. If you think about it, this pay-per-view.
You are peak Johnny right now. Like
know.
it just
like,
peak Johnny.
You're just like a head.
classic. It's just classic.
You look like you ever see like Max Headroom, John? Or that giant floating head that would give like the Power Rangers orders? You look like that guy.
Oh yeah.
Gorgon?
Zordon.
Yeah. That's
Zordon.
That's you right now.
John Don.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, actually. Zordon was good.
That would make us the Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Cool. I think we're both the blue Power Ranger tonight.
I'm the red one.
I think we're both
yeah.
the blue Power Ranger. Or we're Crips. I don't know. We're not Crips.
No, we're not. We have no affiliation.
Although maybe we do.
Latin Kings?
No. Straight Scientology for me. Jericho in a Fujiwara armbar. MJF has Jericho in his finisher here. This is the move that MJF uses to finish people.
Fujiwara.
The Fujiwara.
Shades of Yugi Nagata.
Oh, he's had him in already.
Yeah. Fujiwara armbar. Very, very successful finishing hold. Of course, the great Becky Lynch used it as well. I mean, a different version, but similar armbar.
Like a good
MJF does it with the arms. Becky does it with her legs.
Oh.
I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. She puts the legs over top, which is actually a better way to do it. The way Becky does it is better.
Ring.
Just saying, Becky Lynch is a better armbar than MJF. Just saying. Oh, Wardlow down to the ring, tosses MJF his AEW ring that he uses to hit people illegally with. Oh no!
Oh, Eddie Guerrero.
And then one of the Inner Circle guys tossed Jericho the baseball bat while the referee's back was turned. And then MJF pretended like Jericho hit him with a bat, took a bump to pretend and try to get disqualified. Jericho explained his case to the referee. As Jericho's back was turned, MJF rolls up Jericho, 1, 2, 3, and beats him. Good finish.
Yeah, it looked like Wardlow was about to screw up again, but it kind of worked.
It kind of worked. It almost backfired on them, but it didn't. So Wardlow comes down, tosses MJF the ring. Jericho is like, hey, what's going on here? Ref goes to Wardlow. Jericho gets a baseball bat. MJF pretends like he got hit with the baseball bat so the ref would disqualify Jericho. Jericho tries to explain he didn't hit him. MJF rolls him up.
Pulls the tights a bit.
Pulls the tights, I think. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Did he hit him with the ring, too? Did he punch him with the ring?
No, I think he missed the punch. And then Jericho
because it was weird. Because after he won the match, he was like kissing the ring like the ring had helped him.
Maybe he used the ring to hold up the tights?
No, he just held the tights. He did hold Jericho's tights, so there was that. So now MJF is in the Inner Circle, but is Wardlow in the Inner Circle too? Like, does he get in too?
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
He does? Johnny knows.
I'd like it if like MJF just walks away from him.
Oh, that was added? Wardlow gets into? Cool. So Jericho and MJF now in the ring together. Wardlow and Hager staring each other down.
I feel like the kid was like, oh, that was good luck, you know? He didn't use it, but it was like a good luck charm in a sense.
Yeah. Oh, Jericho and MJF embracing now in the ring. Shaking hands, hugging. And Jericho welcomes MJF and Wardlow into the Inner Circle. So Jericho loses fair and square-ish, accepts the decision, and welcomes MJF into the Inner Circle.
He should immediately kick him out.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Inner Circle, and now you're out of the Inner Circle.
Yeah, what's to stop him from being out of the Inner Circle?
He was in it.
Solid point.
Stipulations fulfilled.
He's not wrong, John.
He's not, but this is last a while now. Now it's going to be like, when is MJF going to turn on Jericho and kick him out of the Inner Circle?
That's what I was saying.
Oh, you're right.
He's good, this guy. I'm telling you. The Simon brothers, we know professional wrestling. We love professional wrestling. This has been a fun night. I have enjoyed Full Gear. John, you missed out. We had Dunkaroos tonight.
Oh, my God.
Dunkaroos.
That's okay.
Blast from the past.
Yeah, man. Dunkaroos were like discontinued for a long time. I found some yesterday at a specialty shop, and I bought Dunkaroos for Full Gear, and my brother and I each had a pack of Dunkaroos while watching Full Gear. It was really nice. We were playing with my son's wrestling toys. My son was playing with them as well, obviously. We're sitting around watching wrestling, eating Dunkaroos. Felt like we're 8 years old again. High five.
We watched some commercials.
Yeah, it was great.
Dunkaroos, but it's nice that you like them.
What? Your internet's so bad, John, you're cutting out. I can barely understand. Can you not use Wi-Fi? Are you using like internet, cell phone internet or Wi-Fi? What are you doing? Apparently, your internet connection is very weak, and the production team is not impressed. I'm getting text messages saying you need to get better internet on your cell phone or something. Can you do that?
It can't be done. Sorry.
Oh, my God. It can't be done. So what's up, man?
Do?
Is your computer dead? Do we need to buy you a new computer? Do we need to ask people to, like, donate on the Super Chat so we could buy Johnny a new computer? Because if we don't, this is how Johnny's going to be from now on.
Set up a GoFundMe.
Just his head all choppy.
Oh, it's Rusev.
I think it's just probably tonight. I think it was just the battery on, and I try to turn it on, but the screen doesn't come on, but it's fully charged, the computer. Like, it says it's on, but it's not coming,
Okay.
So I got to kind of wait the battery just like drain out and then restart it.
All right, well, good luck to you. I hope your computer revives. Here's Kip Sabian with Miro and Penelope backstage with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. They're talking trash, getting into each other's face. Like, Orange versus Miro, not buying it. Not buying it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Orange is just not big enough for a guy like Miro. There's a reason why there's weight classes in the UFC, Size matters. Shout out to Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a $10 super chat.
Oh.
Says it's for Johnny's PC. So, Johnny, the PC fund is on. Thank you, Patrick. We appreciate
By
you.
the way, I just changed my name to Johnny PC.
Johnny PC is a
So
good
that's
name.
for me. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, my God, John. Tay Conti is going to wrestle Red Velvet on Dynamite Wednesday. That's a reason to tune in.
He's fighting a cupcake?
Who? Cause they know where you live and anything and you buy them dirty boys turn that pound cake to red velvet and brag about that rod and all the thing that you got into your helmet.
Sounds like a country song.
No, it's Outkast.
Oh, that's
Outkast, Red Velvet. They have a song called Red Velvet. I wish I could play it for you right now, but I can't. But I think I could rap it for you a little bit.
Try to keep it as clean as possible.
No.
Oh, boy.
Because they know where you live and they see what you drive and they say they gonna put one in your helmet. Because you brag about that watch and all the things that you got. Them dirty boys turn that pound cake to red velvet. That's all I think about when I see the name Red Velvet on TV. I'm like, oh yeah, them dirty boys turn the pound cake to red velvet. Sorry. I don't know if anybody's tuning in to watch me sing Red Velvet by Outkast, but if you are, shit.
I'd be down for an Outkast conversation.
Outkast. So fresh and so clean.
Welcome to the Dirty South.
The Stankonia Express. The funky engine that could. the underground smell road. Cool. So I've been enjoying this pay-per-view, John. I think this pay-per-view has been gangbusters.
So let's watch this I Quit match.
Yeah. I've been enjoying this pay-per-view, John. Should we just stop watching now? Should we bail on the pay-per-view before the main event? Because I got to say, this pay-per-view has been very, very good. And I don't want anything to ruin my impression of AEW Full Gear. Should I stop watching now?
Well, I found this video package is like the best video package they've done for the.
Hey, I want to see more Eddie Kingston hitting a heavy bag. She showed Eddie Kingston with boxing gloves on. Let's actually see Eddie Kingston throw hands and see what that actually looks like. Let's see that.
What's with his eyebrow?
You know, he's a tough guy, so he shaves little lines in his eyebrow because he's a tough guy from 1997. Like Eddie Kingston's whole way of being, whole style of dress, whole gimmick, whole attitude, the slits in his goddamn eyebrow. It's like he's a tough guy from 97. And it's like, bro, you're not a tough guy anymore. He's still a guy that thinks, yo, man, all I got to do is box. Boxers are the toughest. And it's like, yeah, man. You know, he's in that he's got that mentality. He's got that old school mentality.
I want to be like Evander Holyfield.
No, I mean, boxers are tough, but you know what I mean? He's not MMA. He's boxing. He's 1997. You know, he's old school. I'm just thinking about MMA because I got an MMA fight in front of me right now.
Look with the bandana.
Yeah, see with the Tupac bandana with the fucking thing tied in front of his head? He looks like a goof.
I know, like
no
his
one dresses like that anymore, bro.
His face just doesn't.
He's a goof. I laugh at him. He comes out trying to look tough and mean, and he's just
He looks
funny.
like a Michael Rappaport character or something,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Just that New York guy calls in and complains
Yes.
about the Mets.
Yes. Michael Rappaport. That's who he is. He's Michael Rappaport.
But not even that
Talk,
cool.
talk. He's got nothing behind it. He's Rappaport.
Oh, praise be to Rappaport.
Rappaport's that guy who thinks he's really cool.
Where a Yankee can't be like,
Yeah.
yo, shut up.
Plays basketball, you know? Oh, Rappaport. Yes, he's pro wrestling's Michael Rappaport. That's exactly what he is. Talks a big game, but nobody wants to see him. He's pro wrestling's Michael Rappaport.
No, we're talking about John.
Damn, that's good. You're good,
I know
man.
that guy. He was in the show Titus, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, was that Titus?
been
Aren't you
in a lot
talking
of
about
shows.
Titus?
Titus O'Neil?
Yeah.
Hey, whatever happened to Jinder Mahal?
Yeah, we're wondering about that.
He got injured again.
He did?
He's injury prone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's too jacked.
I thought he was going to wrestle Drew McIntyre for the title, and then he just, like, disappeared. I was like, what happened to that guy? Oh, my God.
Hurt again.
You know, that's the thing about getting, like, too jacked. You know, you just, like, tear your pecs all the time because you're just always working them out. They're barely hanging on, you know?
Too much muscle.
You can't be invincible. You're not invincible. These things, they break. They tear.
Well, I think this was his knee, I think.
Well, there you go. You know,
tore his
probably
knee, and I
doing
think he
like
tore his knee
400
again.
pound squats or something because he wants to be a big tough guy, but that wears you out. That hurts you. It puts a toll. It takes a toll on the joints.
Michael Rappaport?
I'm glad you like my references.
Oh, shit.
It just
It's
fits.
true. That's really what he is. That's who Eddie Kingston is.
Just a guy who calls into Howard, you know.
Yes. Howard, let me tell you.
Yeah. Subways are terrible here, Howard.
Shit. No, he's like King of All Blacks. He's like lower version than Michael Rappaport. King of All Blacks is another guy.
Is that a Howard Stern
He's
call?
a Howard Stern call.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out exactly what you're talking about.
You probably wear old Nikes with the... That's King of All Blacks. That guy's hilarious.
What is
though.
with this
I like
Luigi getup he's wearing, Kingston?
Is Eddie Kingston dressed like Luigi?
Yeah,
from
he's got
Mario
this like
Brothers?
lime green thing in his gut.
He
Ho
looks-
ho!
Oh, Luigi!
And then here's John Moxley, who's
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose and the army stuff.
All right, so this won't be match of the night. So we could say what our match of the night is so far. I'm torn, man. Like, I think everything's been good, but to me, Young Bucks against FTR, Darby Allin, Cody Rhodes, and Kenny and Hangman, all tremendous, and I'm having a hard time picking any one of those matches as match of the night. But if I had to pick, if I was pressed to pick, I'd go with Bucks and FTR. Yeah, keep pressing me. I'd go with Bucks and FTR. That would be my pick. It was the longest match of the night. I think it was the most well-crafted story in a match. I thought they did a lot, athletic-wise, story-wise. I thought that was a beautiful display of pro wrestling. I really liked that one. I thought that was the match of the night. But I'm not going to argue with you if you say, well, Cody and Darby or Kenny and Hangman, because, yeah, it was close, man. This has been a really good pay-per-view with 3 tremendous matches. Jericho and MJF was also very good. I wouldn't put it in match of the night category.
It's a good technical bout.
It was good. I liked Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara, the Elite Deletion. That was good. I wouldn't say match of the night. I liked Sheeta and Nyla Rose. That was better than I thought it would be. Wouldn't say match of the night. Orange Cassidy, John Silver. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be. Wouldn't say match of the night, but, fantastic match. All pay-per-view quality. And that's what I really like about this show. Nothing has felt like a TV match. And I cannot tell you how many pay-per-views, pro wrestling pay-per-views that I've watched this year where most of it just felt like a, episode of their weekly TV show, be it AEW Dynamite or SmackDown or Raw or whatever. And tonight has felt pay-per-view quality top to bottom. Nobody's phoning it in. Everybody's giving it their all. And it's like a high-quality show where every match is very good, which, I'm not really used to. I'm quite happy with this. This might be pay-per-view of the year. Although we're in the main event now, so we'll see. John, you have thoughts, or are you still there? Or?
You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I froze again, too. Okay, cool. Well, I agree with what you said there, David. It's just the FTR Young Bucks. I thought there were a lot of great moments of wrestling in that match, but there was a lot of problems I had with that match too, though. Unfortunately.
Really?
But I can't give match tonight because the ref was just really bad and it really dragged the match a lot. And
How so?
It was upsetting at times.
The ref?
The ref was so bad. How the ref didn't notice I think it was Hardwood who his hand was bleeding, and he just looks at it, it's like, oh, I think your hand's bleeding. Doesn't go to the doctor or anything. Hardwood had to go to the doctor himself. The ref did absolutely nothing about it. He just went about his business, just standing in the ring doing nothing. Where everyone comes in, doesn't matter if they tag or not. He doesn't do anything about it, and it hurts the match.
That's not really the ref's fault, though. That's just the way the match is. No?
He never tried for a count or anything. And when they had the whole got the rope, break the hold, they never broke the hold. Matt Jackson never broke the hold. He just dragged the guy in the middle. The ref let him do it.
There's
that's
no. Okay.
That's normal.
That's normal, though, John. Kurt Angle used to do that.
Chris
all the
Jericho
time.
would drag guys back into the middle of the ring.
Drag a guy because you have to the count of 5, and if they can't, if they hold on, through 5, fine. But if they grab the rope, you don't have to let go right away. And if you could pull them away from the rope, that's legal, John. That's always been legal in wrestling. They have till 5.
There's but they loosen the hold though. That's a little bit different.
Just
Jericho
look down
would
for a
loosen the
second.
hold.
Look down. I'm only seeing your mouth. Look down.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I put the phone up too high. Maybe that could be why too. The mouth's a good part though. But it's just stuff like that. Just with the ref kind of took the match down a bit. I didn't like the fact that FTR has a tag rope, but Young Bucks didn't have a tag rope. I thought the rules were for FTR matches is that each team were supposed to have tag ropes.
Well, I guess
that was part of the contract signing.
FTR has their own rules. Young Bucks have their own rules because FTR has FTR rules, but Young Bucks own the company.
They make the rules.
So Ooh.
I felt like it was like two different styles of tag wrestling going against each other. I mean, for some parts it works, and some parts it's like it's a mess.
I liked it. I thought it was very good. I'm seeing a lot of.
I still thought it was good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was bad.
It didn't seem like you thought it was
just had
good. You seem
problems.
like you have a lot of beef with it.
I just had problems with it. That's it.
Yeah. So you wouldn't give it match
I
of the
wouldn't say
night.
it was trash.
Why Cody Darby?
Yeah, I wouldn't get. I thought that was just a great story, and of course, like that crossroads off the top, I thought that was fantastic. Like
Crazy.
so well
Crazy.
done. That's so hard to do. It looked like it was so easy to do. It was amazing.
Pay-per-view Cody,
That might be
man. There's
moving
something
tonight.
about pay-per-view Cody, right? It's another level.
Big match, Cody.
He's really, like, he steps it up, man, and it is incredible to see. Like, you know when you're in for a Cody Rhodes match on pay-per-view, you are going to get a treat. It's fantastic, man. I'm a big fan of his. Oh, Moxley's bleeding. How did Moxley get busted open? What happened?
Some punches, maybe a little
Punches?
hard way.
Moxley's got
He
a
may have
barbed
hit
wire
the
baseball
guardrail
bat
or
now.
something.
What's that? Guardrail?
He may have hit the guardrail or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, so he's hitting Eddie Kingston with a barbed wire baseball bat. He hit him in the gut, and he hit him in the chest, and he hit him in the back with a barbed wire baseball bat. I'm waiting for the cuts to appear on Eddie Kingston. You would think that if he's getting hit with barbed wire, he'd be bleeding too. Moxley bleeding from his forehead. Eddie Kingston dressed like Luigi, doing all right. Seems fine. Oh, Moxley grinding that baseball bat in his head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Eddie Kingston's got like blood on his lip, and now he's getting the thing grinded on his head.
This looks like something you'd see in like Pro Wrestling Illustrated in the 90s.
This is like they're taking it back to their CZW days, the old school blood and guts indie wrestling days of John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Which is what they need to do in this match, if they really want to. If they want to compete with the rest of the card, they've got to go all the way, right? Like, this has been a great show. They're main eventing. This is the world title. They got to give it. They got to go 100%.
To talk about the Kenny and Hangman match, like to me that would have been match of the night if it was just a bit longer. I felt like they just went to the finish kind of quickly, but given it was the first match, I get it. But like if they gave them like 25 minutes, that was probably going to be match of the night.
I feel like that match being as short as it was and Kenny just hitting the one-winged angel, boom, out of nowhere almost, 1, 2, 3, didn't do a lot of favors for Hangman. The match being so short doesn't make Hangman look particularly strong. Now, I obviously don't think it's over for Hangman. He's going to keep going, and him and Kenny will probably wrestle again, and the match that we saw tonight is just a glimpse of what we will eventually see down the road. But I was expecting that match to go at least 20 minutes, maybe 30, and it went 16 and a half. So I thought it was a little bit short. Pretty much everybody thought it was a little bit short, but I think it's just leading to something. But you don't want your opening match to be very long, right? So for an opening match, it was perfect, but I was a little bit surprised it was the opener when a lot of people thought, it could main event the whole show, right?
Pacing was excellent, though. Actually,
oh my God,
it seems like we all have different matches because that was my match of the night.
Oh, there you
Hangman
go.
Kenny. Like, all the stuff they did on that barrier at the beginning, like, they did, like, 3 or 4 different moves. Like, they were doing, like, moonsaults off of it, throwing each other in different ways. Just so much creativity. These guys have a repertoire, bottomless repertoire. They can, it's like a great actor. You could give them like one scarf and they could do a million things with it.
Yep.
It's a similar kind of thing. These guys are artists.
And the pace too. Like, it was just
non-stop.
Action non-stop. Not a lot of slow. No breaks. Nothing. Just constant action. It was a beautiful match. And
Yeah, taste of what's to come.
See, that's it. John, you're giving Cody Darby match of the night. I'm going Bucks FTR. You're going with Kenny and Hangman. And I think we're all correct. That's how good this pay-per-view has been.
And even this match is pretty good.
This match so far has been all right. It hasn't been...
Like,
Oh. Oh, he didn't have. I thought he had barbed wire in his hand when he did that. I thought he slashed him in the face with a spinning back fist. No. Oh, Eddie going for a Kimura, but you see how he applies that Kimura. He clearly has no idea what he's doing.
It's not wrenching.
His hip placement.
Yeah, it's like not where you're supposed to do it.
You're leaning back on a Kimura. That's not how you do a Kimura with your positioning. And this is why I think Eddie Kingston is bullshit. Because I see him wrestle, and he tries to do submission moves and grappling, and you could tell that the guy can't grapple. That Kimura was dog shit. Like, you can't do a Kimura leaning back because Moxley is just going to roll on top of you, and then you lose your Kimura. You either guard him up, or if you're going to do it from side control, get your knees up, get a top control. You don't pull side control and lean back. Imagine me going on side control and then leaning back. What would you do? You roll on top of me, and there goes my side control. There goes my Kimura. Garbage. As a jiu-jitsu guy myself, okay, we are jiu-jitsu guys. We love jiu-jitsu. We practice jiu-jitsu. We understand what grappling is. And when I see shit like that, I'm sorry. And I know people are like, yeah, whatever, jiu-jitsu, shut up. But look, I know what the move is supposed to look like. And when I see a wrestler pull it off and it looks so fake and so bad, it takes me completely out of the match. And it makes me lose respect for that professional wrestler. When I see a guy like Daniel Bryan or Matt Riddle or Jake Hager or somebody like that pull off submission moves that look legitimate, I appreciate that because I know what they're doing and I see that in their matches. But Eddie Kingston, he's just this fugazi guy. He's like a fake tough guy.
To use a New York term.
Yeah, he's fugazi, and he would understand that. He knows.
You tell that at the bodega.
I want to like Eddie Kingston, but I can't because he does shit like that. And I'm like, you're not really real, Eddie Kingston.
And he's got that face of like, that's how it's really done.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm real. I can really fight.
That's why I have this gut.
Like, yeah, well, he's got this attitude of, I'm a real fighter. But then you look at him, and then you see him wrestle, and you look at him, and you're like, yeah, right. And then you see him wrestle, and you're like, no. I mean, he's tough. He's clearly tough, but a skilled fighter? No. Sorry. I'm watching two skilled fighters right now. I'm watching Raoni Barcelos and Khalid Taha right now for UFC. This guy, Raoni Barcelos, is a motherfucker, man. I'm watching this fight here.
The yellow?
I got this on my laptop in front of me. I'm watching UFC right now. He's a bad man. This is a good fight. Better than this Moxley Eddie Kingston thing. No, this match is good too. I'm enjoying both. But hey, if there's a UFC card on, I'm going to be watching that too. Arlovsky's coming up next fighting Tanner Bozer. And I got money on Glover Teixeira, so let's go, baby. Glover!
Love of love.
Glover was an underdog against Thiago Santos in the main event. Fred, AJ, and me, this guy, we all picked Glover. When we're all picking the underdog, it's like, wow. If we're all going for that, you got to put money on him.
It's not a lock.
Got to roll the dice. It's not a lock, but I mean, it's possible we're all wrong, but you know. So we got John Moxley now. He's got Eddie Kingston setting him up for the paradigm shift, trying to do it into thumbtacks, but Eddie Kingston reverses and Uranagi's him into the thumbtacks. Moxley's got tacks all over his back.
Jericho's revenge.
Oh, yeah. How many thumbtacks did John Moxley put into
67?
Jericho? Was it 67 thumbtacks?
I want to say 67.
Jericho said that number for a while.
Yeah.
John, do you remember? You got a good memory.
I don't remember.
I'm seeing everybody on the chat. Give a shout out to I am D. Lloyd on the chat. Bob Cote, Patrick C. Hamilton, of course.
69.
Lee J. Robinson, Julius Perez, Lauren Cronish. Thank you everybody for watching our AEW watch along post show. I like this. This is a good time. I like doing watch along post show.
Yeah. Got to hang out with the little man tonight.
Yeah, we get to relax a little bit, eat some Dunkaroos, and then do a little bit of a watch along when the show, you know. If we did a watch along for this whole pay-per-view, it would be on for what, 5 hours, 4 hours? Like, I can't talk for that long. I'm tired, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Rubbing alcohol in the ring.
Why is there rubbing alcohol in the ring?
For
Is somebody
infections?
bleeding? Eddie Kingston just kicked Jon Moxley in the balls, which is legal because it's an I Quit no DQ match. So Moxley's gone into thumbtacks. Now he's taken 2 low blows.
Maybe he'll pour the alcohol
There's
on
rubbing
him.
alcohol. Who brought the rubbing alcohol
Kingston.
there? Kingston.
Maybe he'll pour the alcohol on him, he'll burn him to make him. He'll
In his wounds.
make him want to stop.
To hurt him. That's pretty sick, I guess.
Although he's kind of helping him.
Shouldn't he pour salt in the wounds?
Yeah.
Wouldn't rubbing alcohol just disinfect them?
Yeah,
I mean, it would burn, but
it helps him.
yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not a really mean thing to do.
Salt would be
How
a
about
real
salt?
bastard.
Salt would be worse, right? I mean, I've heard pouring salt in someone's wounds is a bad thing to do. Oh, now he's pouring the rubbing alcohol on Moxley. And, is it really rubbing alcohol or is it water? If it's really rubbing alcohol, you'd be able to smell it. And if this were a real show with real fans ringside, they would have to do rubbing alcohol because they'd smell it.
Yeah.
But because all the fans at ringside are wrestlers, it could be water, But who knows? Could be.
He should light him on fire.
Baby oil. Who knows what it is, right?
Then we'll know if it's alcohol.
Well, the thumbtacks are real.
Well, yeah. They went in him.
Yeah.
Can't fake that.
So some of it is real.
Can't fake punctures.
No.
What's that stain on Eddie Kingston's shorts? Look like a stain on his butt.
Like a poo stain?
Maybe it's just sweat.
Probably. Yeah.
You say probably poo?
I said sweat.
Oh, okay.
Although-
Well, it's probably poo.
Poo does happen.
I mean, it happens. Shit happens.
Did you ever poo
man.
yourself in a match, John?
Did
No,
it
that's
happen
not-
with Moxley and Cena?
Cena, yeah. Cena did it. Moxley's got thumbtacks, 2 thumbtacks on the top of his head. They're
Yeah.
in his head. It's pretty cool.
I think CM Punk pooped himself wrestling Dean Ambrose.
Patrick wants to know, is it blood? Yeah, it is real blood. Oh, you mean on his butt? Is it blood? Maybe. How would his butt be bleeding? Maybe he fell in thumbtacks and his butt's bleeding?
Oh.
Ouch. Or maybe it's just
Yeah.
It could have been just a shadow too. I'm not sure. It could be sweat. Who knows?
Come on, Luigi.
Little Luigi shorts.
Aha.
Luigi!
Hey. Oh.
Oh! Pile driver for
I find his-
Moxley, and now he puts in the bulldog choke.
The Randy lock.
And see the way Moxley applies the bulldog choke, it's fine, it's that would work. I mean, not all the time, but
Be a bit
at least
deeper.
the application of the move, the position when he's in, the position that he's in when he applies the hold, it's that's how it works.
Close enough.
That's how Matt Hughes did it. Was it Matt Hughes who bulldog choked somebody?
Think so.
Bulldog chokes are super rare in the UFC. So somebody bulldog choked. It was fucking Ben Askren bulldog choked Robbie Lawler. Not that long ago, right? Like a year ago or two, a couple of years ago.
Oh, the
maybe?
one that broke your parlay? Or
Yes, Herb Dean fucked me that night because Robbie didn't go out,
right.
but the ref thought he went out in the bulldog choke, and then the ref stopped the fight, and Robbie was like, no. And I had Robbie, and I think I would have won like $700 had he won that fight. So, oh well. Goddamn Herb Dean. No, he's a good ref. But even good refs screw up sometimes. And there's Moxley applying the bulldog choke again
That face.
with the barbed wire on his arm. So he's got barbed wire wrapped around his forearm, and he's applying the bulldog choke on Eddie Kingston. Eddie is not giving up.
But
And
he's
again,
grimacing.
This is an I quit, man. Oh, he just said I quit. Oh, he quit.
All right.
Oh, okay. How come he didn't just get choked out like the last time Ambrose did that to him? Or Moxley, whatever his name is.
I'm sure he'll have an excuse on Dynamite. But, I mean, we all never believed he was going to win anyway, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Kenny Omega is going to be the next AEW champion. Because Kenny Omega beat Hangman Page in the opening match tonight. earning him a shot, the next shot at the AEW champion Jon Moxley. And it's goddamn time for the Elite to stand tall, to stand up, to be the champions in their promotion. It's Kenny time. Here comes Kenny. Let's go, Kenny.
Kenny!
I believe Kenny will be the next AEW champion. Jon Moxley beats Eddie Kingston in the main event via submission in the I Quit match. I thought that was a good match. It was better than I thought it would be. Again, maybe I just had really low expectations for some of these matches, but I was really, I was impressed with this match. It wasn't my favorite match on the card. I will not say Eddie Kingston or Jon Moxley are my favorite wrestlers in AEW, but I did enjoy the match. I thought it was good.
Lousy Kimura aside. He just spat all over the mic.
He's yelling at the camera about blood and guts.
Is that going to be the next show, or is he just saying, like, blood and guts, just period?
I think he's just saying blood and guts. He loves blood and guts. He likes these kinds of matches. He wasn't allowed to do this in WWE. Like, for a guy who's been out of the WWE for, like, over a year, he seems to still have WWE PTSD. Like, he's still, like, it's unscripted, and I get to do what I want here, and it's blood and guts, and it's not like those other guys. And it's like, dude, you've been gone for over a year. You've been champion for so long. At a certain point, you could shut up about how much you hated it in WWE, which, by the way, was the place that made you a multimillionaire and helped you meet your wife and all these things that were pretty good in your life. So, shut up about
Became
WWE.
friends with
already.
Roman Reigns.
I get it, and it was cool when, you left the company and you were saying all these things, and that was all fine, but now it's like, get over it,
Makes you sound like a whiner.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a complainer, John.
Yeah. Moxley.
Well, he's kind of the,
sorry, go ahead, John.
he's like the spokesperson in a sense, right, for AEW, being like, look how good it is over here compared to over there, because he was like a top guy in WWE.
Sure.
I guess.
But it's just annoying at this point. I'm just annoyed by it.
It's just like, it feels very TNA.
Yeah, it's very like, shut up, man. Like, we get it, and once you're gone, like, we understand, but like, how long are you going to carry that burden? And here comes Kenny Omega. This is what we thought was going to happen. End of the show. Kenny Omega comes out to confront Jon Moxley. Kenny is the next contender. And here he comes to look at Jon Moxley. Oh, baby.
So the next pay-per-view is, it's going to be Revolution, right, in February?
I don't know. This company's too new for me to know their pay-per-view schedule.
And
Revolution, February 27th, 2021. You are correct. Once again.
I feel like that was our last pay-per-view where things were normal before COVID.
Right? Must have been. Must have been, right?
Crazy. We a year into this.
Yeah.
I hope people realize that too. The pandemic's not over. The election's over, but the pandemic is not over.
Well, yeah, John. I think we're all pretty aware of that.
Yes.
A lot of people celebrating in the streets, though. I'm like, shouldn't you all go home? What are you doing? All these people in the streets like, yeah, Joe Biden. I'm like, whoa. Are you guys all socially distant? What's happening? Trump was right. He said, as soon as the election's over, everybody's going to stop talking about COVID. He was right.
Some people died today.
Turns out he was right. Anyways, that was the end of the pay-per-view. I thought it was a very good pay-per-view.
Solid.
Let's get our grade on 10 for this thing. I am giving it, drum roll, I'm giving it a 8.5. Excellent pay-per-view. Some of the best matches that I've seen in professional wrestling all year. Young Bucks FTR, Kenny and Hangman, Jericho, MJF, Darby Allin, Cody Rhodes. I mean, just incredible stuff. Top to bottom, man, woman, child, all performed on this show to the best of their abilities. It was incredible.
Children?
Yeah, John Silver, he's a kid.
All right.
Great, great stuff. I loved it. And I'm going to give it an 8.5 on 10. One of the highest grades I would give for a pay-per-view. I don't think I've ever given a pay-per-view a complete 10. I've given 9s. I've given 9.5s. But this pay-per-view I thought was excellent. So I'm giving it an 8.5 on 10. I think it's good enough to be pay-per-view of the year. The year's not done, but looking back, it's been not a great year for wrestling pay-per-views. I think AEW Full Gear, probably when 2020 is over, will be looked at as the wrestling pay-per-view of the year.
Strong possibility. I give it about an 8.
All right. About an 8?
An 8.
All right. You can give it 7.9. You can give it 8.1. You can do whatever you want. It's your show too, brother. You can do whatever you want.
I'll keep it at 8. All
right. An even 8. I'm going 8.5. I'm seeing Patrick C. Hamilton giving it a 7. JC giving it an 8. Patrick said he didn't like the Matt Hardy match, and he thought the Nyla Rose match dragged. Yeah, they weren't the high points of the show. I'll give you that. I don't think that the Matt Hardy match or the Nyla Rose match were really high points for me, but I enjoyed them nonetheless. I enjoyed it. Maybe it's because I was eating Dunkaroos while I was watching the Nyla Rose match.
Adds to the experience. Adds a couple points.
Dunkaroos make everything better. Johnny North, you've heard from us. I'm giving it an 8.5. My brother's giving it an 8. Patrick C. Hamilton's got a 7. JC's got an 8 on 10. What are you giving it on 10?
Yeah, I was really in between 7 or 8, but I thought the last match was pretty good, so I'd give it an 8. I thought that was a very solid pay-per-view. I mean, definitely the best AEW pay-per-view I think I saw this year.
Yes.
And that includes Revolution, though. Revolution was very good, too. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was a very good pay-per-view.
Feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, it feels like a different world. Revolution, right? Revolution was
whatever the card
John Moxley and Chris Jericho. Moxley winning the title, so that was disappointing. Pac beating Orange Cassidy.
That was a good match.
MJF and Cody. Yeah, that was really good. That was a big one. Kenny and Hangman against the Bucks. That was pretty incredible. Jake Hager and Dustin Rhodes. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Nyla Rose, Chris Statlander. Yeah, Kenny and Hangman versus the Bucks. Maybe match of the year. Right? From Revolution. That may be match of the year. I don't know if we saw anything tonight that was better than that match. But I think we saw more high-quality matches on this card than we did at Revolution. I think top to bottom, this was a better pay-per-view. But as far as one solo match of the year, I think Kenny and Hangman versus the Bucks from that Revolution show, probably match of the year. And I don't see anything tonight that beat that. That being said, I think tonight was probably a better pay-per-view overall because every match was just so damn good.
Right. I think, yeah, it was more enjoyable start to finish, where the other one was more, it had its good moments, and then it had some lulls in it. Where this, I didn't feel like it lulled that much.
No, exactly. Like, this was a long pay-per-view. We're sitting here, it's nearly midnight, over 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 45 minutes pay-per-view, almost a 4-hour pay-per-view here. And I wasn't bored. I wasn't, waiting for it to end. I wasn't like, right. Okay, come on, can we get this over with? WWE's given us, 2.5-hour pay-per-views, and I'm sick of them. About 30 minutes in, this AEW pay-per-view, almost 4 hours in, and I'm good. I enjoyed it. I'm happy with this. So, I'm giving it an 8.5. Johnny North giving it an 8 on 10. I think that's honestly the biggest surprise for me because you're a very harsh critic, and the fact that you're giving it an 8 on 10, it shows you how good this pay-per-view really was. You know what I mean? Johnny is tough, I'm tough, but Johnny's very tough.
He's a harsh critic. He remembers every, card he's seen before, so quick to make a comparison.
That's it. So I'm impressed, John, that you're giving this such a high grade, but I agree with you. I think this was an incredible pay-per-view. Best of the year, top to bottom. Great stuff. My match of the night, again, is Young Bucks versus the FTR. I really love that tag team match. I thought it was a culmination, the evolution of everything tag team wrestling should be and is in 2020. However, I will say that all that talk about the Young Bucks, I tweeted this out, all that talk about the Young Bucks and FTR, Young Bucks were the best tag team in the world. Then FTR came along and they were the best tag team in the world. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay? I love the Bucks. I think FTR is a great tag team. But the whole time, the best tag team in the world has been, and always will be the 10-time WWE World Tag Team Champions! It's your boys, the New Day! I mean, how do you beat that shit?
Yeah, come on.
The catchphrases, the promos, the matches,
the trombone,
the look, the camaraderie,
the booty,
the love, the story, Kofi Mania. Like, say what you want. The New Day is the greatest tag team going today, the greatest tag team of their generation, and maybe the greatest tag team of all time.
Yeah, when you take if you had a big tag team tournament of tag teams through the generations,
New Day, I'm
Dudley's, New Day, Road Warriors,
New Day,
whatever, Freebirds, all those
Foundation, guys. Whatever, Rock and Roll Express, New Day, New Day, New Day, New Day. Sorry, John, that's just me. That's my opinion. I think New Day, maybe the greatest tag team of all time. Baby!
Well, I think they're in the discussion. It's just that you rated some of the best tag team matches of the year prior, and New Day wasn't mentioned.
Not this
year. Talked about the Bucks
this year.
This year was different though. Woods was hurt, but I mean, their match against the Usos at Hell in a Cell, that was a match of the year candidate that year. It was 2 years ago. There's been a lot of New Day matches where it's that was the best on the card, and
yeah, they're pretty awesome.
They've been consistent.
It's not their fault that they have to wrestle. Who did they wrestle this week on Raw? Although they did a really good job this with Cedric and Shelton. Oh, that was actually really good.
And
Can't forget that. But they wrestle. They have to wrestle a lot of guys that aren't that good. Young Bucks have had better opponents. FTR's, had focus.
New Day's had some good. They wrestled Cesaro and Sheamus a lot of the time, and the Usos.
The Usos, yeah, for sure. Anyways, I'm just saying that I think the New Day, they're the best tag team. But I would love. Like everybody says, hey, the dream match FTR Bucks. For me, it's New Day Bucks. When they did that thing with the video games and Xavier Woods and that was amazing. I love that. So to me, that's a dream match. It will never happen. That's the real dream match because it really will never happen. Keep dreaming, but that's the one I want to see more than anything. I would love it.
I'd like to see it happen, but
it won't.
Nah, the New Day would have to all leap together.
Stay in WWE forever. Those guys, they're lifers. You can tell they're lifers,
Yeah.
Just my chair. Yeah. I love them. Oh, there they are.
Oh.
It's your boys, the New Day. Love those guys. Big E, Kofi, Woods. I've got
lots of respect,
deep love and admiration for.
I was watching Up, Up, Down, Down earlier today, actually.
God damn, they're awesome.
Kofi was on.
Give me my Woods. Show me the Woods that I just got. I'm just talking about Xavier Woods at this point. Now, this has just turned into a New Day appreciation show, all right? Forget about AEW, whatever, who cares? We're just talking about the New Day at this point and how awesome that they are. No. AEW, Full Gear, we're all giving it some top marks. I just got this new, this is for my son for Christmas. He's got a really nice Kofi. He's got a really nice Big E. I don't know if you can see this, but here's the Woods I got him for Christmas. Look at that shit. Look at that. It's got the Up, Up, Down, Down title with that. You see that, Johnny? Nice. He's got a trombone and everything.
Doesn't
Second
make
head.
Down the head with Paige, I guess.
What?
No, it does not come with Paige.
How dare you?
Oh, that's too bad.
How dare you? You
Or
Brad
what?
Maddox.
You're the one that keeps telling me about it.
I don't keep telling you about that. I keep telling you about Lars Sullivan. That's the guy I'm focused on. That's the adult film star that we're all focused on. Lars the Freak Sullivan. Okay, so Full Gear. let's stick to the task at hand before I start talking about Lars's porno again, because you know I will.
No finish.
So let's just recap the event and what happened here tonight, just the results. Serena Deeb getting the win over Allison Kay in the pre-show, the buy-in, defending her NWA Women's Championship. I actually didn't see that match, John. Did you?
I saw the match.
Yeah.
Just all right. Like it seemed like something you see on Dark. Even like it wasn't like amazing, but it was fine.
Oh, it's the buy-in. That's why, whatever. I missed it. Kenny Omega over Hangman Page in the opener. Kenny getting the win and receiving a future shot at the AEW title. Fantastic match. Orange Cassidy getting the win over John Silver in 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Solid stuff. Nice to see Johnny Hungy, John Silver. Darby Allin becoming the new AEW TNT champion over Cody Rhodes. A 17-minute match. Darby rolling up Cody to get the 1-2-3 pinfall victory clean in the middle of the ring. Great stuff there. Johnny North's match of the night. Hikaru Shida defeating Nyla Rose with her knee to the face to retain the AEW Women's World Championship in 14 minutes and 10 seconds. The Young Buckaroos, Nick and Mac Jackson, become the AEW World Tag Team Champions. They are now the fourth holders of the AEW World Tag Team titles. The titles that were first held by SCU, followed up being held by Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, then FTR, and now the Young Bucks, the most traveled titles in AEW. Darby Allin becoming the third AEW TNT champion, although that title has changed quite a bit as well. I think it's changed just as much as the tag team titles, if I'm not mistaken.
Cody's been a 2-time champion on that front because he lost to Brody, then won it back from Brody.
Won it back from Brody. So that title has been lost just as much as the tag team titles. It's just Cody's had a 2-time run. Yeah. Cody, the only 2-time champion in AEW. But yeah, Darby becomes the third champion. Young Bucks become the fourth tag team champions in AEW history, beating the FTR in my match of the night. 28 minutes, 35 seconds, the longest match of the night as well. Matt Hardy beats Sammy Guevara in the Ultimate Deletion, which was fun. We haven't talked much about that, John.
Good to see the Hurricane.
I like to see Gangrel and Hurricane. A little bit much with the Private Party and Santana and Ortiz. Like there was a point where they were just wrestling, and I was like, I'm not watching these guys in a tag team match at the Hardy compound. I'm supposed to be watching Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy do weird shit to each other. So I didn't love that, but I like Gangrel.
Well, it felt like at first it was just going to be a bunch of just like skits with Matt Hardy doing the whole thing with the Neo 1, right? Like it felt like we'd see a lot of stuff where it's just a bunch of magic tricks pretty much from Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
But they actually turned it into more of a wrestling match at certain points. I thought the guest appearances really helped boost the match, and I thought the finish was fine too. I really liked the finish to it.
The finish was pretty violent. It reminded me of the Edge Randy Orton finish from WrestleMania.
Well, it's just like Matt got him
wasn't
back
it the
for all
same
the
finish?
things. Was it the same finish at WrestleMania?
Yeah, didn't Edge like concerto Randy on top of a truck to beat him? Didn't he like have Randy's head down? Randy was laying flat on his belly, and Edge hit him on the back of the head with a chair, and then he pinned him. It's the same finish from Mania, Edge, and Randy, I think.
It's a little homage.
Unless I'm mistaken. I mean, I could be mistaken because I smoke weed and my memory isn't great, but who knows? I think
it wasn't a pin, but yeah.
It wasn't a pin?
It was it wasn't a pin because it was last man standing.
Oh, you're right. But that put him down. I think that was the move that put him down. It was a concerto.
That was a boring match.
That was terrible. I hated that match. MJF Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara was much better than that. So Matt Hardy gets the win there in the Ultimate Deletion. Nice to see Senor Benjamin make an appearance. We didn't see Rebecca. We didn't see the Hardy kids.
We saw Rebecca at the end.
Did we see Rebecca? I didn't see her.
At the end.
Like the very end, she's like standing with Matt. The very, very end, like for like 2 seconds.
We didn't see Brother Nero. Obviously, Jeff Hardy still wrestles for WWE, but, it was a fun little deletion match. I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. Speaking of just seeing somebody at the very end, I don't know if you caught this, but I really enjoyed when the Bucks won the tag team titles, Kenny went out to celebrate with them. And did you notice who was standing? You saw Hangman?
Yeah.
Hangman was there, and they didn't really address it on commentary. Hangman was in the tunnel, the entrance tunnel, just kind of watching, looking sad, but he didn't go celebrate with them, just kind of on the outside looking in. I thought that was a nice little bit of storytelling. I enjoyed that. Sad Hangman. Poor Hangman. MJF getting the win over Chris Jericho to join the Inner Circle in 16 minutes and 10 seconds. That match very good. And then Jon Moxley defeating Eddie Kingston, making him quit in the Bulldog Choke to retain the AEW World Championship in 17 and a half minutes. And that was AEW Full Gear.
Pretty good.
I agree, Larry.
It was worth the $50.
Yeah. Worth the price of admission. I enjoyed that one. And right now I'm watching Andrei Arlovsky fight Tanner Boser in the UFC. Should I do a watch along of that, or should we just wrap it up and I just go watch the fights?
Well, just,
Thoughts?
post who wins or loses, because that's the only fight where I believe you and AJ are at odds. I think you guys pretty much picked the rest of the fight card the same, except that fight.
Yeah, I think Freddie and I are on Arlovsky here, the underdog, and AJ went with Boser. So we'll see how this one plays out.
How old is Arlovsky?
He ain't young. He's 41.
Really? I thought he was old when he was like fighting Fedor and all that. I thought he was like an old grizzled vet.
I mean, he's been fighting since he was very young. But his first UFC fight, get this, UFC 28, November 17th, 2000.
Wow.
Wow.
UFC 28. That's how long.
20 years,
been
pretty
fighting.
much.
Yeah, 20 years in the game, and it's a co-main event. Like, he's still a badass. He's not, former. He was a heavyweight champion back in the day. He's not a champion level fighter anymore, but he's still a guy who is not easy to beat, and he's like a gatekeeper in the heavyweight division. To still be relevant, to still be fighting at 41 years of age, 20 years after your debut in the UFC. Like, how many people last 20 years in the UFC? Like, he was out of the UFC for a while and all, but the guy's had an incredible MMA career. Incredible. Longevity-wise and accomplishments and big fights and I'm sure money. He's had a great career. I love Arlovsky. How could you not?
The Pitbull.
Yeah, man. Guy's a legend. Nice guy, too. I've interviewed him before. Nice man. Gentleman.
Well, good luck to you and him.
Me and
Who
him.
wins.
Are we together?
You're in this fight.
We're in this fight together, me and Andre the Pitbull. Huh?
You picked him, right? Like, he's your pick.
That's right. Well, incredible pay-per-view tonight, AEW Full Gear. I really enjoyed it. I think we all really enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody for watching us tonight. Thank you especially to Patrick C. Hamilton for hitting us up on that super chat. We appreciate you, Patrick. You are a good man, and we appreciate you helping us out. We appreciate everybody watching. For more, go to ringsidereport.net. AJ and Freddie and I will be back on Thursday night talking UFC, MMA, Ringside Report MMA every Thursday night at 8 p.m. And then Johnny and I will be back right after SmackDown, Friday night, 10 p.m. for Wrestling Uncensored. Johnny, Wrestling Uncensored is live every Friday night now at 10 p.m., right after SmackDown. It's a pretty good deal. It's a weekly roundup of everything professional wrestling, Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite. We talk to you. We take your questions. We take your comments. We talk pro wrestling for a couple hours. And then that's it. And then we stop. And we do it again the next week. That's how it works. Get it? Got it? Good. If you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, figure it out. Okay?
We're still on the road to Survivor Series. Big pay-per-view.
We'll do a post-show for that, too. Right. And it will not be as positive as this one was.
The Survivor Series gang rules.
Gangrel rules.
That's the
best. He looked good, Gangrel.
Gang rules, forget that. Gangrel rules.
I mean, he's wearing a big jacket, so we don't know what kind of shape he was in, but he looked okay.
He looked good. Gangrel, baby. Gangrel for life.
When I wrestled him, he had the same kind of outfit.
Oh, you've wrestled Gangrel. That's right. Not
Yeah.
long ago, right? I mean, how many years ago was that?
Maybe 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
I think it was 2.
How was it?
Wow.
Great,
Yeah.
fantastic.
He's in good shape still?
Oh yeah, and he loves to take stuff too. Like I'm sure he wanted to do a lot of stuff in that match.
Good brother Gangrel.
He is 51 years old. Looking good for 51, Gangrel. I like it. I like it. All right. Well, Johnny North has wrestled Gangrel, and that's why we have him on the show, because this guy knows professional wrestling like no one else that I know. Nobody else that I know knows professional wrestling like Johnny. Inside the ring, outside the ring, the history of the business, the inner workings of the business, how it all works. Like Johnny is a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate you, Johnny. Even though your computer crashed, we appreciate you made it on your cell phone, got on the show so we could talk pro wrestling with you, because you're the man, and we love having you. All right.
Thank you for having me, and thankfully this was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been sad to say this was terrible, but this was not terrible.
I think I bailed on the last wrestling pay-per-view I tried to watch, so this was a nice welcome change from Hell in a Cell, right? That pay-per-view, I couldn't even get through the first 2 matches. This pay-per-view, I loved from start to finish. So thank you, AEW, for restoring my faith in professional wrestling. And thank you, everybody, for liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and when you do, click the bell so you get notifications every time we are on. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been the AEW Watch Along. Bye.